The Hawks got the 5th win in a row. 5 wins, the first time all season. Who was the coach, T?
Nate McMillan. Nate. Big Nate. We got to come with a nickname for Nate, man. Big Nate.
Yeah, we're going to come up with a name for Nate because he's coaching matters, people. Coaching matters. We try to tell y'all that from the jump. Coaching matters. So hopefully the Falcons can understand that we got new coaching and we can have a better season. But until then, Ace.
Yo, welcome to the show. I am your host. I walk around like number 11. I know I'm the GOAT. My chains, my rings on Matt Ryan, they coated in cold. I already killed the beat before I sat up and spoke. I'm here to close out the game. You sweep the dugout at best. I'm the realest. If real hopped off the page and showed in the flesh. No team jersey, but my city's still on my chest. Trade from the 3. If I shoot, then it's all net. No time for you to rewind. You just in time. I'm a king. This king drum, so you know I'm in shine. I've been dope since 4 years after 1989. My pen work be out of this work, no pop flies. Not here to kill the game, just a competition. I'm Freddie Freeman on first, whoever pitching, I'm still getting it. I let the scoreboard tell us what the difference is. This is history in the making, you are witnessing. Shout out to the kid, you are tuned into the greatest. Rise up, kings, won't watch a king in the making.
Welcome to Kings Round, best post game for the Hawks. I'm letting y'all know. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Yes, sir. We got a dub and Knight played great. Yes. Nathan Knight was somebody you spoke about last night. No, was it last night? Friday night. You spoke about Nathan Knight, and look at that. Balled out today.
Friday night, I think.
Yeah, Friday night you spoke about Nathan Knight, and he balled out today. What's up, the Nick? How y'all doing? If you're new to the channel, do like and subscribe to the channel. Post game after every game, we going hard for the second half of the season. We're gonna be here after every post game, y'all. So we're gonna be here. We going hard. Hawks gonna win. Hawks gonna lose. We still gonna be here. And I owe somebody a jersey. No, not a jersey. A shirt or hat of their choice if the Hawks win 5 more games. 10-game winning streak.
Was it 10? Did he say 5?
No, he said 10. He said 10. He said 10. But yes, it was night. It was a good win for the Hawks. T, how'd you feel about this game?
I loved it. I mean, we came out a little slow. It was a slow start, but by the second half, it was just a blowout. And it was a bad blowout. Like it was like we were supposed to do the whole game, and then we did it. I don't know what it took a little bit longer, but we were supposed to do it, and we did. We were supposed to kill these guys. Remember, I told you. I think it was from the All-Star break. I said when we play Cleveland, I want to beat them by at least 50. We didn't get 50. We got 20. But I said I wanted to blow these guys out, and that's what we did.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we blew them out. But this is back to what I was saying on Friday night. This is a team that we were supposed to beat. They are a team that is at the bottom of the league. We are supposed to beat them each and every time we play them. Under LP, who we have fired, we didn't play well. And it shows that coaching matters, man. I'm going to be saying that a lot this show. And as long as the Hawks are winning, I'm going to be saying that. And probably forever I'm going to be saying that because it's been proven. Hopefully they can keep it up. Yes, Knight. Hopefully they can keep this up. But I got faith that this team can keep it up because this team has been playing well. And this team has been playing well together. Everybody on the team has been playing well from all the parts, from point guard to center to the bench. The bench showed out today. So we're going to give the bench some love today. They showed out. I think T is frozen. We're gonna bring him back in when he's not frozen. Gatorade dude, when was the last time we won both games on back-to-back? Sure. Probably like 2013. That's probably the last time we did that. So that's just a ballpark figure. It could have happened before. It was slow for a while, but the second best player of all time, Nathan Knight, put up his put us on his back. What? Second best player of all time? You got to explain that to me, Jonathan. What you mean by the second best player of all time? I'm confused about that. That's a risky take there, brother. Real risky take. T, you there?
Yeah, I'm back.
Jonathan said, Nathan Knight, your guy's second best player of all time. What?
That's just we overreact. Well, that was a very big overreaction. But the thing I will say, I had big hope. Remember the first game he played and he scored like 13. And I was like, oh, he's special. He scored 14 because they said it tonight. His game high was 14. I'm like, and he doesn't play like a center. Nathan Knight does not play like a center. Nathan Knight plays like a big point guard. And it's weird to say that because most people don't believe it. He's a big point guard. Like, remember, I don't know if you saw the play when he took it down the court, got the read, took it down, got fouled, and still took the ball and almost laid it up. And I'm like, that's a point guard. Yeah, right. Yeah, that wrap-up foul.
Yeah, he knew better not to just give him a little slap on the wrist because he's probably would have still made that. But
he probably would have dunked it.
Yeah, that wrap-up foul was probably the best. Tony Snell, the GOAT. Jonathan, you on it today, brother. You on your hot take today. I love it, brother. I love it. You always welcome to come with your hot takes. I'm going to tell you that you're wrong because he's not the GOAT. And Nathan Knight is not the second best player of all time. He got a lot of players in front of him before he can even reach top 50. So
and it's funny, we were like, it's a back there. I don't know if you saw the tweet. Nate kept all the players. Only person that played over 28 minutes was Trey last night, which was really good coaching. Mind you, it was a good game. We played a great game last night, and then tonight we played nobody looked tired. Nobody looked like they were like, oh my God, I'm finna die. Everybody looked still fresh and warmed up. And first time, can we point this out? First time on a back-to-back, we have won.
Yes.
This is the first time on a back-to-back we have won.
Yeah. Gatorade dude pointed that out while you were gone. When was the last time we won on the back-to-back? I said 2013. What you going for at the top of your head?
Yeah. Maybe 20. Yeah. What was the last time we made the playoffs? 2014?
Yeah, it was either 2014 or 2013. It was
when was our best team? That the year we had that amazing February, I think that was probably the last time we probably went on back to back.
Yeah, when we got swept by the
Cavs in the finals, yeah.
Not the Cavs, just LeBron.
Just LeBron.
Anybody else we would have beat. That dunk on Allen though, geez. Yeah, Allen. Yeah, he go ahead and get you a poster, Allen signed. Go ahead and get you one of those because you're gonna need it because every time you have played the Hawks, you have got dunked on. So if I want to get a poster of the Cavs, it will have Jared Allen on it, and it will be signed one day. We look so exhausted during LPs back to back. I want to talk about that because earlier, it was either this week or last week, we had our last practice. And I think I think LP was I don't want to say he was over practicing them because I don't even know how much they was practicing. But I don't think he was managing their minutes correctly. As we saw, probably one of the reasons why he got fired was because he wasn't managing the players. So, like T said, Friday's game, they didn't play a lot of minutes. And under LP, they probably would have played a lot of minutes. What do you think about that?
I think, we LP kind of sort of, and every time you saw them, they were working out and they were practicing, and you were like, we just played a game. There's not, and Nate said he said the next day afterwards a recovery day. And it felt like they didn't have a recovery day. It felt like they were practicing because every time you saw on our media team was them taking pictures at practice. And you were like, okay, we just traveled. They practicing the same day. We didn't get no time. We just got out the plane and started practicing. And it didn't seem like that was right for them. Like, I understand he was Coach K to some people and he was the most art. And the way he studied, let's not say the way he coached, but the way he studied, you can't force players to play that much.
Exactly.
We can't be having full 5-on-5s and we just played a game the night before. Like that's wearing us out mentally and physically. I feel like some of those injuries we had, like with Cam and Dre, I feel like some of those I don't want to speculate, but you might can say that overworking that they had, that might be why they got injured, especially Cam, because there's Achilles thing came out of nowhere. Really, he remember what was it when he first his stomach, then it was his leg, but this Achilles thing was like, where did this? And now he's in a boot, and it's like he hadn't been working out. It felt like he was just working out too much. That's what it seems like.
To speak on that boot, he had a non-surgical procedure done. That's why he's in the walking boot.
That PRP, yep.
Yeah, he had that done. That's why he's in the walking boot. He's gonna get evaluated once a week, which is good. But when will he be back? And like I said on Friday, when he comes back, I need some solid 10 to 12 points a game, about 2 steals, and 10 to 12 important points in the game. I need to see something because he's disappointed me. He disappointed me. Duke's disappointed me this year. Just everything about Duke is just disappointing right now. So
I feel like Duke got screwed. That's a different topic, but Duke got screwed over with that whole and it wasn't even a guy on scholarship. It was a walk-on. That was even worse.
Shout out to Georgia Tech for winning the championship, ACC. So shout out to them. Congratulations. Woohoo. It's charity. It's a charity, man. COVID-19. I'll give them their respect. They won. You still gotta win the game, but in normal situations, let's be real. Probably not.
And normal, I respect that team. I respect the coach. I remember, I'm only 19, so my freshman year, my sophomore year, MJ Walker, who plays with FSU, graduated my sophomore year. He was supposed to go to Georgia Tech. That was the team everybody said he was going to go. He ended up going to FSU. Now, they had just got the coach. I might have been the coaching change, but it was cool because, he's been there 4 or 5 years now since I graduated, and you've seen that team kind of sort of develop. Moses, right? I didn't know half the players on Georgia Tech team, and then one won Player of the Year, and then the other one won Defensive Player of the Year, and I'm like, he developed those guys, and I wish MJ would have stayed home. I wish he would have been on that team, but certain things happen. But it's just cool to see that happen in Georgia. I mean, those guys it's a good thing for Atlanta. We love Atlanta. I'm a Georgia fan. I didn't really care if they won or not, but just for the Atlanta atmosphere, we got a team that won, so I'm happy for them.
Yeah, that's the reason they get a shout out, because they are Atlanta team or more so just a Georgia team. So I respect all Georgia teams. I just want to keep it 100 and say, normal situations. Let's be real. Because I know Don's he's going, because he was talking to me earlier. This is a little bit off topic, but before NCAA started, watch out for Georgia Tech. Watch out for Georgia Tech. And I'm like, what? Not Georgia Tech.
I had no faith in Georgia. I had never had faith in Georgia Tech. I've never had Georgia Tech's going to do it this year in basketball. Even in football, I never have been I've always grown up. Mind you, I grew up in Atlanta. You think I'd be a Georgia Tech fan? I've always been a Georgia fan. So it's always like Georgia Tech. Oh, it's Georgia Tech. It's always been never like, oh, it's Georgia Tech. I've never had a real concern about Georgia Tech. And so that team, seeing that team win something, made me happy a little bit. It made me smile.
Yeah, it's always good. And Ultra Shadow said 2017 was the last time the Hawks went to the playoff, which is always
who was on that team.
It was just always good. Which is always good for the Hawks to make the playoffs. But if they keep balling like they balling, guess what? They're gonna make the playoffs again this year, and they're gonna ball.
I think after, we'll be at 500 after the next game, right?
We should be.
We'll be at 5. I think we have a chance as long as we can play OKC better. I think we have a chance to be above 500 before that West Coast trip. I really do. I think we can be above 500 for that West Coast trip, which I want. I don't want us to go on the West Coast and be under 500.
Yeah. Last time the Hawks won 5 in a row, thanks to Gatorade Dew for the stat, 2016, 2017. That was Schroeder, who I do not like, and Dwight on that team. I never liked Shooter, even when he was in Atlanta. He's balling. He's balling right now in LA.
Yeah.
But I didn't like his game. I still don't like his game. It's just no disrespect to him.
I don't really know what is his game though. He's never really showed me a game. He's never really been like, this is Shooter's game. Like I understand he can take it to the hole, and he's really just a point guard to me. Like I don't think he doesn't have anything special in his bag.
He's a defensive guy. He plays really good defense. He does play really good defense. I would give him. He would be. Before I say this, y'all, this is not a full set of comparison. Okay. He would be Rondo's defense, but a little better offense. That's the kind of player he is. He has a little bit more offense just because he can score more. I still would take Rondo as a better point guard, of course. But he could score the ball more, but his defense and Rondo's defense is about the same. They play really good defense, and that's why he's on the Lakers to play defense. Yeah, he scored buckets here and there, but he's really on there to play defense and help on the defensive side of the ball. All right, so let's jump into this box score today. John Collins, 22 points today.
I said it. What I said yesterday he needed to be more aggressive. And he showed me he was going to be aggressive. And I love this game. This game today was just so all around, just good. Like, Trey didn't score a lot. Mm-hmm. We're going to go to in the box score. But look at John. We won this game. I just saw Miss D tweeted it. Most people know her. We won this game without Cam, Dre, Capella, or Okongwu. No real center. Really and truly.
Let's be real. Should it have been a problem for us to win this game without those guys, knowing that the Cavs?
Yeah, that's true. But I thought we were going to get killed on the boards. Mm-hmm. I thought we were going to get decimated, and it just showed the effort we had as a team. We had Kevin Huerter boxing out guys that were 6'10", and he's only 6'7", and he's boxing out Jared Allen, and you got John Collins grabbing reads. This is a game where how many did he have? John Collins had 12 reads tonight. He's a double guy. We always say he's a 20 and 10 guy, but tonight he showed his 20 and 10 capability, and he had a good lob to start off the game. It was good to see him. We used the pick and roll a lot more tonight, but it was still more flow offense. Remember we said this before All-Star break. When Lloyd first got fired, we said Trey is not active.
Exactly.
Without the ball. And I have seen nothing but Trey. Even if it's certain plays, you see Trey running around this court. In some plays, he might stay back, but you see Trey zooming. And I said, that's something you teach that. That's not something you can just come and say, just do it. That's something you teach. And I love to see it. I was like, we're going to play as a team now. And they're going to start we're going to start learning how to set, high screens and stuff to get Trey open. But I like it. I like what we saw tonight.
Yeah. And you know who else been balling? Speaking about this box score, Gallinari. That man has been balling. So all y'all Gallinari haters out there, I was one of them. Hey, I was one of them. I own up to it. He's been balling. Give him his respect, man. He's been balling. And then after that, we got Nathan Knight with he had 16, who we just talked about earlier, who is Jonathan's second best player. We're gonna keep throwing that out there.
Can I just say Nathan Knight's whole stat line right quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Do you think
Nathan Knight had 16 points, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. That's a complete game on defense and offense.
And he had 9 rebounds.
9 rebounds.
Yeah.
And he hit a 3.
Exactly.
And the crazy part, somebody was saying we had a conversation about Okongwu and Knight, knowing they're both center. I said put Knight at the 4. I said I don't really want to say put him at the 5, and Okongwu is a true 5. Nathan Knight can go from that 4 to that 5. He can switch. You put that in a defensive set, but maybe you have if we need defense at the end of the game. And you don't want to put Gallo out there, you put Knight and Okongwu, and maybe Capella's out. But let's just say Okongwu, if Capella's out, you got Okongwu and Knight in there at the 4 and the 5. You got 2 Twin Towers, and they're young, and they can jump, they can move. And
Knight hit him, got a block at the end of the half that went all the way into the stands. And I'm like, yeah, he's so special. Mind you, college kid. You know, I love my college kids. College kid, he developed. It's development. And these one and done players, you seeing them come in slow. Now, it's some of them that come in, they're league ready. I don't see a lot of these kids now coming in league ready. I see a lot of, especially this year in college basketball. Cade Cunningham is the only one I see that's going to come in and really develop and be a star first year. Some of these guys, they're saying like Trey Mann and some of those guys at LSU are like, oh, yeah, they're going to be good. I just don't see them coming in and being 1 year, first year stars. Cade Cunningham is going – now the G League guys are different. I don't count them as college kids. They play versus NBA men. So I don't count them. I count them as different. But those college guys, I feel like they need to stay – they need to be at least 2 years. Just to make sure you get your muscle mass right, get your body right. Because you coming in, look, I showed my grandma a picture of Trey his first year in the league, and he was so bony. And now he's gotten bulky, and now he's in his third year. And now look how big he is. Imagine if he did it in college. It would have been he would have got more developed. I mean, I understand he developed here, and he got better, but it's still the fact of let these guys play in college. Don't let them be like, oh, I can go to college for a year. That's all I'm set on, is that I'm going to go to college for a year. Like Ben Simmons, I don't know if you watched his documentary. I'm going to play for a year, and that's all I'm going to do. That's all I had to focus on. Yeah. So I kind of sort of, I like the college kids. They get me hyped because they always do good.
Jonathan, yeah, man, we know you just joking, brother. We like to joke on this show. That's why I was throwing the jokes back. It's all funny games on this show. Thank you for watching, brother. Most definitely thank you for watching. And I do think he's going to get him some bodies this
he's going to kill kill somebody one game.
All right, Gatorade dude. Trey, Dre, Knight, 00, I can deal with. Cam ain't showed me nothing, so Cam's sitting on the bench. All right, man.
You gonna put Herter there then? You gonna put Herter in the closing lineup?
You said who?
You gonna put Herter there then?
I would rather have Herter because I know he's gonna get me some buckets. I know
he's gotten consistent. Can we say how consistent he has gotten? And I'm enjoying it. I'm like, he's coming down the court and he's getting to, I'm not gonna say he's getting to Clay range, but he's getting to a point where Trey trusts him. Trey will give Kev, we'll be on a fast break, and Trey will just give it to Kev. And he know Kev gonna make it. And I would love to see that. We're developing. I don't know if it was Lloyd that's making these guys play like that, but we're developing into a team that likes to give the ball up. We like to give other people shots. We like the shot clock violation thing tonight was bad because we kept overpassing and we had some open shots. But I like the way we're passing it because Nathan Knight dunk, he was wide open on the baseline and said, "Give it to me." He was yelling at it, like, "Give me the ball. I'm gonna go." And he looked at him. He looked at Allen and made sure he knew, "I'm coming at your head." And it was cool. It was like, yeah, I like this. I like to see what's going on. I got to hear Nate's post game tonight. I'll probably watch it later, but I want to see what he has to say because I like to hear Nate talk. Nate does not blame players. That was. If anybody in the chat, y'all, if you were in the group chat, my problem with Lloyd was him talking. He complained about his players 24/7. There was no like, oh yeah, I had a bad coaching game tonight. I didn't do good. My rotations were bad. It was always, guys got to execute. We got to play better. That's not coaching. That's not how you tell it. You're blaming your players, and they hear this. They're gonna hear. They're gonna see it, and you're making them feel like they're not doing enough. Exactly. And it just doesn't make sense to me. I just don't understand his coaching logic in that situation.
Larry, shout out to you, bro.
Oh, Larry.
Nathan Knight, yes. Larry, he'll be back soon. Larry will be back soon, y'all. We can't wait till he comes back. But yes, another good
That's win. Larry, upstate guy. Oh yeah, your upstate boy, your upstate New York guy.
New York guy, the Hawks fan in New York. So let's jump into some other scores that happened today. Curry, he dropped off today, but he had a little bit of help from guess who? Can you guess?
Was it Draymond?
No, it was not Draymond. It's never Draymond. It's Andrew Wiggins.
I saw that. I saw somebody say that Wiggins went crazy today, and I was like, Wiggins? What?
Yes, 28 of them things. It was the Utah Jazz, so that's a win that's credible. That's a credible win right there. So Stephen Curry did have 32, 6 of 9 from 3, 10 of 20 from the field. So Stephen Curry did his thing tonight. Philly slapped. And when I say slapped, I mean
they beat them to pulp. They beat them to a pulp. That don't even look right.
Slapped the Spurs 134-99. Ben Simmons only 14 points, but y'all know Ben Simmons wasn't gonna go on his tear for too long. Shoot. Tobias Harris, 23 points, second best player on the 76ers. Shout out to Larry for that plug on Tobias Harris, man. Shout out to you on that plug, Larry, because I was asleep. He woke me up, brother. He woke me up.
No, I don't think I knew Tobias till he was in LA. And then everybody was talking about he got snubbed. Then that started making me watch him. And I was like, he's an NBA player. He is an NBA player. And he doesn't get the credit he deserves on that team. Like he helps carry that team sometimes.
Exactly.
And it's funny because people don't not what he hit a game-winning shot versus the Lakers. Like he is a game-winning, like he's a guy that's gonna play his heart out. I don't know where he's from, but he has some heart in him. He had 23?
Yes.
Yeah.
And, I'm looking at this box score and I don't see Embiid. So they did that
without Embiid. Yeah. Without the MVP guy.
Exactly. So they out there are balling. Memphis lost to OKC. I don't know what's going on with Memphis, man. Ja Morant had 22. I don't know what's going on with this team. I thought this team would play a little bit better this year. But
they need what's his name?
Who?
They need Triple J. They need Jaren Jackson Jr. They need him in the paint. They need him at power forward. I understand that they got Dylan Brooks and they got Kyle. They need Triple J. He and this funny part, I had a thing I saw. He was the only. He's what's his name? I forgot all the top 5 picks in that class. Trey was with Luka and Trey.
Yeah,
he's like third highest scoring.
Wow.
It's Bagley, the Ayton, him, Trey, and Luka. So Luka's number 1, and it's Trey, then it's Jaren, then it's Ayton, and then it's Bagley. So Bagley was just a hype man. You a Duke guy. You know.
Wait, let me say this about Bagley. Bagley's one of those players who was good in college, but once he gets to the NBA, he's just gonna be a player. I don't think he'll ever overcome not just being a player. And Embiid been out with his knee injury right here, y'all. Embiid always not playing games or injured. This is why he's not gonna get MVP. This is exactly why.
That's what everybody's saying now. He's not gonna get MVP. And I want him to get it because he's had so many good years where he just keeps getting injured at the end and he doesn't get it. And it's so sad because he could have got rookie of the year, got hurt. It's just certain stuff where it's this injury bug stays on him. I don't know what's gonna make him get away from this injury bug, but every time he has a great season, he gets hurt. And last year, Ben Simmons got hurt in the playoffs. They should have made a deep run in the playoffs last year.
Exactly.
That team, I think this team this year, they're healthy by playoffs. They're going to make a deep run. They'll make a push at Brooklyn.
Yeah,
they'll make a push at Brooklyn
real quick. Anthony Edwards, Georgia, 34.
Yeah, that boy.
Tonight. 12 of 24, 6 of 14 from 3, 12 of 24 from the field. They look like they about to walk away with a win over Portland, and he done dropped 34 of them things on them. My guy D. Lil, 35. So he did everything he can do. So if they happen to lose, it's 106-104, 29 seconds left. If it's a last shot, guess what? If it's going to Dame Lillard, I'm putting my money on it.
I want you to look. Can you look at? I want you to look at the Timberwolves' actual player breakdown. The whole team ain't playing. It's only 8 players playing on that team.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. 7, 8, 9 players. Yeah, but when you have Anthony Edwards, who is not a I wouldn't say he's a scorer yet. He can be
No,
a
he's
good
not.
scorer, but he's not a scorer yet. When he's putting up 34 points, that kind of it's gonna help a lot. And I think that's what they're expecting from him in the future. He can be that, but he has a lot of work to go before he is that. A lot of work.
Do you think him and D'Lo gonna work together in the backcourt?
Him and who?
D'Lo, him and D'Angelo.
See, the thing with D'Angelo, I don't know, man, because Anthony Edwards don't need the ball in his hand, so it might work. It might work when you look at it that way. Yeah, it might work. It might work when you look at it that way. But that's it for other league games. There's some other teams playing. Toronto's in quarter 3. They're losing to Chicago, 69-56. And Clippers are in the third quarter.
Beat
Lapped, boy, by New Orleans Pelicans. So
Zion is special. I will apologize for hating on Zion last year. I will apologize. I will apologize because I said Zion, I loved, and he wanted to come to Atlanta. He tapped the Atlanta. That would have been that would have been the craziest team ever if he would have came here. But I will apologize. I thought he was gonna come in. He came in heavy set. I knew he was gonna come in slow. This year he just kind of sort of, and in quarantine, I thought Zion was gonna get huge. I said Zion's not gonna come back right, and he came back like he ready to go. And this season proves you and he's an all-star in his sophomore season. And it's not even off hand vote. He's been putting up good numbers. And I will apologize because I thought, I didn't think he was going to develop that into that scorer he is now. He's really turned into an actual scorer. I thought he was going to be a post player. But now he's really getting the ball at point and actually taking it to the hole.
Yeah. So, I'm a Duke guy. I gave Zion some hate in the beginning. I'm not apologizing, but I do apologize for saying that I thought he was going to be a bust. He's not a bust, but I still think RJ Barrett will be better. I still think he'll be better in the long run. RJ's I think he'll develop faster and he'll be better.
In the long run, of course, yeah. In the long run, RJ will be the better Duke player out of that class. Yeah. Unless we just see Cam just has a spark. Unless it just happens, RJ Barrett will be the best player out of that. Who was it? It was all because West Name didn't come out with Trey Jones didn't come out with them. So it would be. So I think if unless Zion just has a bigger, he's gonna have a bigger impact. But RJ will always be the bigger player. RJ be the better player.
Zion is the ticket go getter. He's gonna bring the crowd, and that has to do with a lot of why he got into the All-Star game. Not saying he's not good and he didn't deserve to be there, but we do have to realize that Zion has been a walking ticket since at least high school. So he's been the face since at least high school. So it's one of those things that it comes with the territory of being that good. Why you got to give Cam such a hard brother? I don't know if you've been watching the show, but I was at the beginning of the year. Everybody know I was a Cam supporter. Me and Cam went back like 2 flats on a Cadillac. I was a Cam supporter. I was saying he was better than DeAndre Hunter. He was going to be in the starting lineup doing his thing. And look where we at now. He hasn't played well all year. He's been injured again a lot this year. So I'm an honest man. I like to be honest about the situation. And he hasn't played well. So until he plays well, I'm going to call him out. I call people out on this show. When Clint Capella was missing layups, I called him out. I'm going to call you out. You're not playing game. You getting paid to play. And I got to talk about something. I
think about Capella. I will tell y'all his argument on Capella is that he's 7 foot and he can't miss layups, which is a true statement. But sometimes, you get bumped a little bit, he might miss it. But you gotta give him some slack.
He was missing some, like, bruh, really? Like,
Yeah, he's missing somewhere. You'd be like, Capella, you right in front of the rim. You got to make that. But it's a in and out. He's gonna be more consistent as time goes on. I think he's got to get. He's still trying to. I think he's kind of so now he's acclimated with the team. Mm-hmm. I think so. I think now he should be more consistent. I think that's what's gonna come from Capella. Morgan, I think he'll be more of a 20 and 10 guy coming on pretty soon. I can give him a couple more 20. I might see another. We might get another triple double out of him this year. I thought last game. I think it'll be a game where somebody want to keep attacking the paint, and he's gonna keep getting shots. He's gonna keep blocking shots, and I'll be there for
it. He's also LP as his coach. I figure you're talking about Cam. You're right. That's why I'm willing to give him the slack that he deserves. But what can I go off now? I can go off what we see now. So until he comes back and he plays, you're only good as your last game or the last game you played, really, right? Am I tripping?
Yeah. No, you're right.
Shout out to David M for joining. There is not a world that exists where anyone in their right mind would give up on a 21-year-old. By the way, I'm calling out YouTubers who talk silly. Love you guys. Who are you talking about, David? Who we talking about? 21-year-old. Who we talking about? You must be talking about Zion. I'm talking about Zion.
I don't think I've ever. I gave up on Zion when he first came. I didn't really give up. I just had so much high expectation in him. Exactly. I think everybody's expectations were so high because since high school, the next LeBron, the next Shaq, it was just like the hype around him. And then he got the Duke and was like, oh, this might be serious. Then he came in hurt. And everybody was like, oh, no. Everybody was it was like a sad moment for the league because we just wanted to see Zion play. Yeah. And when he finally got out, I mean, look at him, what he did in the bubble, his first game. He was just taking it to the rack the whole game. Now that's become his game. He can't, I don't think he can shoot. I don't think he'll be a consistent shooter.
Cam. All right, about Cam.
Yeah, we can have a conversation on Cam.
I'm not giving up on him, man. I'm not giving up on him. But I need to see more. If you could honestly sit here and say, if Cam gave you what he gave you at the beginning of the season for a whole season, you would be satisfied with that? Let's be real. Would you be satisfied with what he's done so far if he did that as a career? So that's what I'm looking at. As a career, Cam is supposed to be realistically a 15-point game guy. Realistically. He can shoot, he can play defense, he can get turnovers, he can create pressure, and he can score any kind of way. He has a good arsenal with him when it comes to scoring. But you have games where he only takes 4 shots and he misses all 4 of them. So yeah. I really need to see more from Cam. It has nothing to do with most of my dislike comes from what the pressure I put on him at the beginning of the year. It has nothing to do with his actual game because I know and I want him to be better. It's what I thought of him coming into this year. I haven't seen it, so I'm disappointed. So I'm gonna call him out. What you think, T?
3-and-D. He's a 3-and-D guy. We drafted him as a 3-and-D guy. Mm-hmm. I think that he's a like you said, 15 point. He's a 15-point game. He can get some hot streaks where he might score 20. I think he'll get to a 20-point score some days. At a certain point in his career, he'll get to a 20-point score. I'm not gonna give up on him at all. That's not what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna give up on him. That's just not my art. That's not my forte in him. I'm not gonna give up because of the fact of he's Cam. We saw what he can do. Like Anthony Edwards said, he was the hardest guy he ever had to guard. You think that's going to be the reason? You think I'm going to give up on him? He scored like 50 points in a high school game. He's done good. He was good. He did good at Duke. He was scoring by 20 points a game. And when he played, I don't think I've ever seen – I just want to see him under Nate. Because those 4 shots, we don't know. He might take those 4 shots, and that's the reason why he didn't score. I mean, LP telling him not to shoot no more. LP telling him just do something else. So maybe Nate will give him the green light. I think that's right. But I think he needs that green light, and that'll be. I think that's what's gonna change him around.
You're right, David. A second year regression is what it happens. But
so what is it? A sophomore? What they call it?
Sophomore slump. So
yeah,
sophomore slump. You got his rookie year was so for him to go down from his rookie year and it being is not a good look. I was hoping his sophomore year he should have went up. Some players do go up in their sophomore year, and that's what I was expecting from him. Remember who he's playing with. He's playing with a ball dominant point guard. You are absolutely right about that. He is playing with a ball dominant point guard, but he came from a college where he played with Zion and the guy in New York, RJ Barrett. So he should be used to playing with people. He should be used to playing off ball. He's a catch and shoot kind of guy. Catch him on the wing, drive the lane, catch him cutting. He's not a make your own play kind of guy, in my opinion. From what I've seen from him, he's not that kind of guy. I would like for him to be that guy a little bit more, but I don't think he's that guy in the NBA, to be honest. Cam Post All-Star in his rookie year, he was playing good ball. Okay. He was bad. Once again, this is a situation where he was playing better than what we had seen, which wasn't good. So now we're thinking, okay, he was playing good ball. He was playing okay ball compared to what he was already playing. So, like, if he comes out and he's averaging 12 points this second portion of this the second portion of the season, we're gonna be like, oh, Cam's playing good ball. Yeah, but before that, he wasn't playing good ball. So what we're seeing is better than what he was doing. You guys don't come on nearly enough for me. I'm being selfish here. We come on post game. Most post games, some we miss, but we've been here most post games. Trust me, we're gonna be here for all the post games for the rest of the season. I'm gonna tell you that. Because the Hawks gonna make the playoffs and we're gonna be in the playoffs screaming and we're gonna be yelling and we're gonna be rooting for the Hawks. When the playoffs jump off, we might be doing a pre-game and post-game on those game days, because that's big for the Hawks to make the playoffs. It's something they don't do a lot. It's not like we the Lakers or somebody where we always making the playoffs, or Golden State or somebody like that.
Do we know how they're doing the playoffs this year? How they're structuring it? Are they gonna do like back-to-back nights, or are they gonna do back spaces?
I don't know. What's up to Wallace? Wallace in the chat. What's up, brother?
What's up, Wallace?
TMZ Beasley is not a thing for me, guys. TMZ Beasley.
You're saying because he's talking about the trade that's coming that everybody's talking about for John Collins. Oh, instead they're trying to say Michael Beasley, and that's not gonna happen. I hope y'all know as a fan base, we will give John a contract. Hands down, we will give John a contract. I don't think we have him walking. I don't think we see John walking for a while. Like, I don't think John walks. Maybe his second contract year, maybe not this one. If he gets an extension, that after that extension, I might, because it'll be unrestricted. I might be able to see him walk then, but I don't see us leaving Minnesota. I don't see the Minnesota trade happening. The trade deadline is like the 25th or something. No, it's something like close to that. I don't see it happening.
All right. Can we avoid the play-in game? David.
Yeah.
I think we can.
I'm
going to tell you right now. Right now, we're currently 8th. To avoid the play-in game, only reason we're really under New York and Charlotte is because they both have beat us. Let's be real.
Yeah.
So that's the only real reason we're under them. If we would have beaten them early in the season, we would be 6th. So if we keep playing like this, we can avoid the play-in game and get into that 6th spot. That 6th spot is going to be our sweet spot, to be real.
I think we'll hit that 6th spot because we play the Knicks again.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we play Charlotte twice again. I think we played them back. We played one more game versus Charlotte, I think. So I think we'll beat Charlotte. We should have beat Charlotte the first time we played them, but we had a different coach. So I think we'll beat Charlotte. I think we'll probably beat the Knicks. I think we play them in New York, and I don't like playing. We don't like playing them in New York.
Yeah.
Hopefully, John. Yeah, I don't see any. Yeah, I don't see anybody. We beat the Heat, so really and truly, if the Celtics go on maybe a little losing streak, or they lose a couple of games, we have the win over them. So we might be able to get to 6 or 5. 6. My preseason prediction was 5. I said we'll be the 5th seed. So 6 or 5 is going to be a sweet spot for us.
Yeah. I would agree with you there, T. I think Collins getting traded. Wallace, where do you think he going? Who trades him? What we getting? What we losing?
What do we get? That's what I'm saying. We got to get a first for him. I don't want a first for John. I don't want anything less than a first.
You're not getting the first for John Collins.
Then I'm not trading him. If we don't get a first, I'm not trading.
If he's worth a first, we would have paid him already. Put it like that.
Yeah.
So we're not getting the first for John Collins. I think we can. I think they can. Only 2 games back from 4th seed. Yeah, Jonathan. Only 2 games back from 4th seed. Sorry for all the questions. Who's the coach next season? Yo, ain't no sorry for the questions. Keep the questions coming, brother. And the coach next season, if they keep winning and they make the playoffs and they're like a 6th seed, it will be Nate McMillan. If it's anybody else,
you know me. You know what I'm gonna say. You know who my guy is. Nate's been my guy since really since he's gotten that. When we went on that winning streak, I said Nate's gonna be the coach. I said Lloyd is gonna get fired and Nate's gonna be the coach, and they did it. I said Nate's gonna be that coach, and he's shown he can be a coach. He's made this team look better. Like, he's made this team look more confident in themselves. Even though Kungwu plays more confident when he's on the court with Nate as coach versus LP, and it shows. Yeah. I if we make the playoffs this year, really, I don't even think if we have a winning record this year, even if we get like to that play-in game, if we lose the play-in game, I still think he might stay. I don't know if he wants to stay. That's the only thing. It's the thing of him winning because I saw the interview with who was it? Schlink. Because somebody asked Schlink what was the contract extension or anything. He said he can't discuss it. So I think they probably are talking of an extension or something close to that. I hope he doesn't bring Lloyd back to his coaching staff. I hope Lloyd goes somewhere else far away from Atlanta. You know, Lick Carlisle was defending him, so maybe he should go to Dallas, somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, somewhere. But I just want, if Nate keeps the same coaching staff, which he probably will, because they all known to each other, he might add 1 or 2 more. I'm fine with it. Because he's shown that we can coach as a team. I don't know why people I will thank Lloyd Pierce for one thing this season. I will thank him for bringing us Nate McMillan.
Oh, that's messed
That was
up.
the only thing I would thank him for. I will thank him for bringing us Nate McMillan.
My bad, Wallace. I read that wrong. My bad. You did say you don't think he's getting traded. Are you worried about Capella's foot issue? No, not really. I'll get worried when he starts, when it gets to the point where he can't play multiple games. That's when I'll be a little bit worried. At this point, this last stretch, we might see a lot of players not play because this last stretch is like it's gonna be tough on the NBA. A lot of teams were playing like back-to-backs.
This last stretch is gonna be disgusting.
You got basketball every day. You got basketball to watch every day of the week for this last stretch of basketball. So don't be shocked if you see some players not playing. Don't be shocked if you see Trey shit out of the game. And you be like, yo, why Trey sitting out? We need him. Don't be shocked, man. Especially if we get up into that 6 through 4 range. Don't be shocked, man. This is gonna be a struggle on a lot of players. And then going into the playoffs, it's gonna be tough. So I'm not really worried yet. Wallace got head coach McMillan too. David, I still cannot believe the Hawks won a game when Trae Young scores 14 points and 6 assists. When was the last? I can't tell you when was the last time that happened.
I will say there's a stat that said Trae had to score at least 31 points for us to win when Lloyd Pierce was the coach. There was a stat that came out that said Trae had to score at least 31 points for us to win. That was the at least amount.
Yeah.
And so now he's scoring 14 and we're winning blowout win. That was a blowout win and he only scored 14 points.
Yeah. On this note, Jonathan, a lot of he's probably not gonna get a job in the middle of the season unless something drastic happens. But he'll get one all season. He'll get a job. I just don't think he's gonna get one in the middle of the season because most teams already got their coaching staff together and they don't want to implement a new coach unless something drastic happens. But he'll get a coaching job. I'm very concerned about Yes, the 8-game road trip. If we go 500, I'm satisfied. I'm gonna be real with y'all.
Yeah.
We go 500, I'm satisfied. Oh, thanks for the donation, brother.
Oh,
That's my
thank
donation.
you.
Brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you. My donation day is gonna change every time, depending on how happy I am. Thank you, brother. We appreciate all donations. But yeah, we go 500 on that West Coast trip. I'll be satisfied. Anything
Who's the toughest team on that trip?
The Lakers.
In your eyes, the Lakers.
The Lakers.
I don't
because they got LeBron.
Yeah, that is true. I think the toughest. I think either that Kings, not the Kings. We just blew them. We gonna blow them out. We always blow them out. Those gonna be some late nights. Anybody that watches our post game, those are gonna be some late nights for us. We might be a little bit tired, but we gonna push it out. But that Clippers game is gonna be the one for me because I don't know. Dre's gonna be back, and they're gonna play Kawhi. They're home. They're gonna play Kawhi, and they're gonna play PG. So I don't know.
Yeah. So 500 is godsend for the road trip. You're absolutely right. 500 would be that is perfect. If we go anything over 500, Nate McMillan deserves this job pretty much just off that, just based off that, because that West Coast trip is it's gonna be brutal. Lakers and
we go 6-4. We go 6-4, even 7-3. Oh no, not 6-4. It's 8 games. If we go 6-2, I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna be elated. If we lose to the 2 LA teams, I'm fine with it. But as long as we beat these teams, we beat the Nuggets already, didn't we? Yeah, we beat the Nuggets. A lot of the teams we play, the only team we haven't beat is the Suns, and we didn't play them yet. And that game's gonna be tough because of Chris Paul. Chris Paul is gonna end Devin Booker. They're gonna make that game tough.
But don't just
I knew you was gonna say something. I threw him in there.
This is a good team when they can win with your main guy not having to score a lot of points. Yes, every good team wins games when their main guy doesn't have to score a lot of points. LP gone, so we got free reign now. No, thank you guys. The national media cares nothing about the Hawks except to use them as a foot. We talked about this on Friday
last night. We talked about last game.
Hoop Central. We called them out because they always talking trash about Trae Young, so we called them out. Speaking of Hoop Central, we got another bad take. So
bad takes.
Bad take.
Bring it in here.
Bad basketball. We don't have the actual clip, but we gonna tell y'all what. I'm pretty sure you're talking about what the Brooklyn Nets coach said, right?
Yeah. And tonight we've had 2 instances where, of course, everybody knows they're saying Trae does not play good basketball with the whole foul baiting, and he gets you the pump fake and you hit. That has been around since D Wade. I have watched D Wade do that for my almost entire life. I watched D Wade. That was D Wade's move. And the point of what I did not like is that we had a whole nother coach. We had Steve Nash come out again and say he liked that Luka does that. How do you deny the player that grew up wanting to be like you? But the player, we're not gonna go in the race. I'm not gonna put a race thing. But that's a private conversation.
Yeah. You
go to Luka and be like, oh, he's just great. He does it great. I love his scoring, the way he can get people. You don't do that. And tonight, JB Bickerstaff, Trae gets the pump and he gets hit. All you hear is he take his mask down, screaming at him. That's not basketball. And you hear it because we ain't get nobody in the crowd. So all you hear, that's not basketball, dude. You have Colin Sexton and Darius Garland. You should be teaching them to do that. They're not tall guards. They're literally almost the same height as Trae. They might be a little bit taller. That's something you should teach them because you need to win. Y'all look horrible. I would rather my person go to the line 20 times, make 10 points, give me at least 10 off of the free throw line, and still give me 20. So he got 30 points. I don't care he done shot 20 free throws. He got 30 points. As I understand, we don't like to foul them because it messes the game up. It's not original basketball. These guys have been doing it for years, dog. It's been people that they have watched growing up. Mind you, the little pump, he learned that from Steve Nash. So you can't say you don't like it, and you used to do it. it's such a bewildering take that some of these coaches have, and it's like y'all have done this for years. Now you're a coach and it's against your team, you don't like it. Don't try to switch up now. This is how I see it.
See, me and your take a little different on this. I don't like it at all. I hate it with a passion. I only reason I hate it with a passion is because it's used too much. It's used way too much for me. If that's the only way you scoring, and at the beginning of the year, it seemed like that was Trey scoring the ball, was going to the free throw line. And he's not that type of player where that's the only way he can score the ball because he can shoot. He can drive the lane. But now that he's not doing it as much, I'm fine with it if he does it here and there. But at the beginning of the year, it was to a point where it was just like watching a Hawks game was like, all right, it's the fourth possession. We haven't scored a bucket. Trey Young about to try to draw a foul by this pump fake. Yeah. So it got to the point where you could kind of know when it was coming. And it was like, all right, dude, that's getting annoying. Because but
it does at certain point. Like we said when he does it too much, that's when it gets annoying. I'll be like, okay, Trey. Okay. Like I'll be sitting there, it's just sitting there like, now, Gallo's been doing it for years. So Gallo really has taught him. Gallo's been doing this since he was in Denver. So he's in Gallo. They learn, them foreign guys learn all that stuff. They learn that stuff because they play professional for years. So, like you'll see Trey, you'll be like, it's a foul. He going to draw a foul here. Especially if he gets a big on him and he see that big on jump, he going to take that shot. He going to take that foul. Now, if he's open for it, he going to shoot it. But if he feels like he can get the foul, he's going to get the foul. Which I appreciate sometimes, and sometimes I'm like, I need you to go score a bucket. I don't need you to take the foul.
Yeah.
I mean, I told you yesterday. I told you last game. Dre will be back before Chris Dunn. Dre and Cam might be back before Chris Dunn. I think it's something. I think it's that surgery. I think something happened in that surgery that messed him up. I think it's not healing right.
Yeah. Is this good for having other players stepping their game up and getting more confident? Yes, brother. Yes, because once the playoffs come, the Hawks going to be racking up shots from everywhere, and it's going to be lovely to watch. We're going to be hype. We're going to be hype every day. Everybody literally does it. Slaughter, thank you for joining. Yes, everybody literally does it, but isn't it too much? At what point is it too much for you? Let me ask you that. For you, what point is it too much? Bro, I didn't care about going 50% from the line as a point guard being acceptable. You're absolutely right. Excuse me. Going 50% from the line as a point guard is very unacceptable. I would. I mean,
we look at Luka. I mean, can we speak on how bad Luka is? If Luka goes to the strike and he complains about getting fouls, which is so wild to me. I know Rob Perez posted it, and Luka has been such a great player his whole career. Him and Trey, it's the Trey. They all been both. Trey, the thing that makes Trey above and beyond, Trey might complain about a call if it's bad. Luka is going to complain about every call if it doesn't go his way. I mean, every call you're going to see him, oh my, dude, we don't need that. That's not basketball. Now, that's not basketball. You need to learn how to take it on the chin. I made a comparison. I said LeBron has been playing basketball for 17 years. He is 36 years old. If LeBron complains about a call, I'm not mad. I mean, it's LeBron. I expect LeBron to. He's been in the league 18 years. Luka, you've been in the league 3 years, and you complain like you're a seasoned vet. I don't see that. It's a difference. Like LeBron has, I wouldn't say clout, but he has that enigma around him. Like he can complain, and you'll be like, it probably was a bad call. You might just think now when he plays the Hawks, it's a different story. But he played another team like that probably was a bad call. Luka can shoot a shot, not get touched, and he'll land on the guy and fall back, and he'll be like, "Where's the call?" You landed on him. He didn't put his body on you. You can't complain about you getting hit. It just doesn't make sense to me.
David again with a good one. I have no evidence of this, but I think Pop and these other coaches likely he'll trade responsible for a coach get fired, which is why Trey has no chance of making an Olympic team. I'm gonna speak on this. Just for the simple fact of why do you feel that way? You said you don't have no evidence, but why do you feel that way? Because at the end of the day, it was sometimes where Trey Young wasn't even in the game for a lot of the fourth quarter and they were losing.
Yeah.
So it was just like, why do you have your best player on the bench when you need him the most? It's been times where he would sit Trey down and they were winning, and then the lead would start. They would start losing the lead, and you like, all right, come on, let's put Trey in. And it's another 3-4 minutes, and you like, yo, we really need you to put Trey in.
Yeah, yeah.
We down 12 now. We were just up 4 or 5, and now you put Trey in, and now he's taking all these crazy shots, and y'all.
And he's cold.
And
he's cold. He's coming in cold.
Yes, and we feeling like, oh well, why is he taking that shot? Why is he taking that shot? He shouldn't be taking that shot, but he trying to get back into the game because when it goes down to that 3-2 minute, you don't want to be cold in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes left. So if I get put in the game at 5 minutes and I've been sitting out since the 10-minute mark of the fourth quarter, I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna want to shoot the ball because I'm trying to get in rhythm. I'm trying to get ready for this stretch. So I understand both sides. I understand LP side. I understand Trae Young side. But at the end of the day, LP was the coach. The coach got to go first before the player is going to go. So
can we say, can we, I want to highlight all y'all that follow the Hawks. They've been doing these little, I don't know if you've been seeing the little drive-bys in the tunnel with players. Trae Young's quote tonight was Nathan Knight. That's all we got to say. That shows the supreme confidence they have in each other now. They knew that these guys were high. If you look at the bench, it's so funny because, Cam and Dre are best friends. Like, the best friends that are on this team is Cam and Dre and JC and Trey. And, the foreign guys got each other, and we're all a team. And all the Mays, and you see Mays and Knight always together. You always see the guys together. The crazy part about, to see that they you see them hit shots or you see them do stuff, the whole bench erupts. The whole bench is jumping around and screaming. You hear the bench more than you hear the crowd. You hear the bench, when Nathan Knight got that dunk, the whole bench was jumping, going crazy. It's a love thing that it's kind of sort of like they love each other, and we can tell. Now you see the camaraderie in it. With LP, it was more like on the bench, they just like this. You see Trey on the bench just sitting there like he not wanting to be interested. Now you see Trey on the bench, he jumping on the court, jumping around. He's getting back to being happy. Trey is now a happy player. And I love to see that Trey is happy. Like, to see Trey looking that sad and depressed when we first started, after the 5-1 and everybody was hype, and then you just see Trey slump. You're like, what's going on? And then he got past it. And I think when he got past it, I think he knew something was going on. I think players have a certain sense of, I know who my coach is, and I know I don't like that coach, and I'm the star. And now you got problems with 3 different players. You got a problem with Cam, you got a problem with JC, and you got a problem with Trey. You think those are coming your top, that's not top 3, but and the vets coming in, the vets don't look like they interested. Gallo did not play. Gallo has never played a game that good. Gallo has played, he scored 20 points like two or three games back to back to back. Gallo ain't never played like that. And I enjoy it. Like, it's just crazy.
On this note about Trae Young being a small player, there's a lot of small players in the league. And like I said earlier, it's the fact of excessively doing it. When you do it way too much, it gets annoying and it gets hard to watch, honestly. And beat is 7 foot, and he does it. Yeah, so it's not just the small players. Everybody in the league does it. It's just how you draw fouls, and everybody does it. But in that same breath, you can't do it all the time. Shout out to Slaughter. She agrees. Trey was overdoing the first couple of games. Yeah, overdoing it first couple of games. At this moment, he doesn't do it as much now. So that proves the point of maybe early in the season he was trying to find his shot. So that's why he was doing it. Luka reportedly called out his teammates with minimal coverage. If Trey did that, he would be vilified. I don't think so. I think now at this point, I think they're starting to respect Trey. I think they're starting to respect Trey as a leader. Certain players.
I'm not even players. Certain media. Let's say certain media would respect Trey as a leader. Because I saw something with Curry. You saw Curry screaming on the sideline. Them guys were listening. Curry is literally the leader of that team. When Trey is at the level now where everybody's younger than him. Well, not everybody, but the guys we got are younger than him. And he's been in the league 3 years. And he's only 23, 22? He's now a vet compared to some of these guys. Like Cam and Dre, he's a vet to them. He's the guy they're looking to. He is the leader of this team. So you're going to have to let him talk. You're going to have to let him tell you how it is. Like Nate, I don't know if you saw, Nate stops Trey before they go into the huddle. Nate grabs Trey and talks to Trey first because he knows who the leader is. And I said that, I think you saw it last night. I tweeted, I said, you talk to the leader first. Exactly. I don't care who you was. You don't talk to. You talk to the leader first. And Trey is that guy.
Exactly. Wallace, talking to UT. Doesn't matter how long these players been in the league because all the players complain about getting fouled. You're right. Yeah. When you are LeBron James, and everybody knows certain calls you get because you've been in the league a while. You're a veteran in the league. I've seen so many clips where you have old school players saying like, "Oh yeah, you're not getting that call. You ain't been in the league long enough." So it happens. It happens. So
it happens. Like you hate to see it, but it comes like that. Like it comes to a point where you ain't been in the league long enough. You ain't getting that I go to the lane and get fouled by a veteran center. You're not gonna get that. You go try to dunk on DeAndre Jordan and he foul you, and they don't call it. You're not getting that. You're not old enough. It's so sad to see that, but it happens every day. It happens in the league every day.
Yeah. My thing with LPE is how you let Nash talk about your player. Like, even if you're exactly, I would have. Yeah. Don't let me be a coach. I'd have been, yo, you talking to me? You talking to me? Like, get out of here.
King would have got a tech, y'all. King would have got a tech, y'all. That's what he's saying. Yeah, King saying he basically would have got a tech.
He would have got a tech. Got fined after for what I would have said during. So it would have been too negative. So
they would have been a Pop type of situation where Pop just don't stop and turn red. It would have been something like that.
I'm basing my question on these coaches' comments post firing the coach. Yeah, okay, understood. It was a lot of stuff going around after, but that just goes back to that was rumors. We don't know what was going on in the locker room. We all can go off what was told. Even off what we was told, we still don't know the whole thing. So it's just based off rumors, man. Good. It's good talking points though. Like if you can't support your player, you got to go. Big fat Slaughter.
Yeah, that's why I think he got. That's why I think he really got fired for the really and truly, because you are a coach, and I think these players hear everything. Yeah. So, and they all talk to each other. It don't matter what team you on, they talking to each other. So you hear from one guy talking about, oh, bro, your coach was talking about you the other day. He said this and that. My coach, you talking about my coach.
Yeah.
And that'll make you think about it like, okay, yeah, I need to. And you can call the GM anytime and be like, hey, Slink. And you know Trey probably did it. Hey, Slink, he got to go.
Yeah.
Like, this guy got to go.
Yeah.
And they say this is the funniest thing about the firing. So the guy from the Athletics said, so why did you let him go through practice this morning as the coach and you knew you were going to fire him? He said, Slink said, oh, well, it's hard firing certain guys, so I just let him go. And, we got to the hotel and I fired him. I said, you just let this man go through a whole practice and was like, let me come talk to you right quick. It just like, you got to go. You just let me talk. We'll talk when we get to the hotel, but this your last practice. Like, that just seems so disrespectful to me.
Yeah. With that statement like that from Trey about Nate shows growth. Yes. He likes his coach now, so he's going to talk good about his coach. He likes his coach now. You guys are thank you, David. You fantastic because asking all the questions. You great.
Yeah, thank you.
Great. Thank you to you. Slaughter. Nathan Knight deserves PT.
I don't know how we put him in the rotation. But like my rotation is if we have Knight in the rotation, the only way Knight gets PT is if we swap him and Gallo out some nights. If we need more, if you're gonna make Knight defensive and he can still score, and you need a faster, quicker guy. Remember, imagine if Knight was in that night when we played the last Cleveland game, and he was trying to get that block. He might have got there. So if you want to put it like that and maybe swap them out like that, that's how he gets PT. But it's kind of sort of hard when we have 3 power forwards on and we already got 2 centers. And now we have 2 power forwards and he might play the 4 and then we already got 2 centers and he can play the 5 too. So he kind of sort of, it's like BG. BG can't get really a lot of minutes because of you got Rondo and you got Trey. So BG kind of sitting on the bench. He might get some play time. You know, he got garbage time tonight, but he might get some time. But it's just, you know, those guys are G League guys. Remember Charlie Brown Jr. was here for a little. They're all G League guys. We try to get them minutes, and and they're good guys. They're NBA players. It's just our rotation so deep now. If we didn't have Gallo, I'd put Knight right there. I say put Knight right at that 4 and let it go. But we have Gallo, and Gallo's becoming more consistent. So it's just how you got to put him in there. It's like Mays. You see Mays is falling out of rotation a little bit. So it's kind of Rondo started playing better. They's like, well, Mays, we can take you out of rotation. But they're not mad about it. They're gonna they show out every time they get on the court because they realize this is their opportunity. And I love that about all our rookies. Really, Okongwu is starting to really play like that now. And I like that they're showing like we're gonna be that guy. And Bruno gotta go. We're not gonna talk about Bruno. Yeah, that's
we're gonna end on that note. But is Gary Payton a real thing, guys? I don't know. Once again, it's a rumor. I haven't seen nothing that was more solid than a rumor. I just think it's all a rumor. For me, what do you think, T?
I saw Chauncey. Oh my god! I saw Chauncey Billups. As one. I saw Kenny from Inside the NBA. I don't want Kenny. I understand Kenny's a great offensive mind. I mean, Kenny shows you he can be a coach when he goes to the board and he shows you what they should do. He can show you should be a coach, but it's just like, do you really want Kenny?
Yeah,
I understand. My pick, you know, my pick is to always stay with Nate. But if we do change, I like Becky. Everybody was bringing her name up. I like Becky because I like where she's. I like her coming from Pop. She already won the G League championship, so she can show you she can coach. Not the G League, Summer League championship. I mean, maybe if Chauncey wants to come, somebody said Chauncey. If we get Kenny, I'm not gonna be mad. Yeah. Either Kenny Smith or Kenny Atkinson. Either one of them. I'm not mad at it. It's just, you know, I don't want us to bring in somebody that's not gonna utilize Trey. Yeah. That's all I want. I want somebody to utilize this team the way it should be utilized.
I agree with you. Before we get out of here, we're gonna jump into these comments. Before we get out of here, the last few comments. I would never compare Trey's dad comment on Twitter was used to be LeVar Ball. Trey dad speaks more from fan perspective, big difference. You're absolutely right. Trey's dad does. I would agree with you 100%. It's more of a fan's perspective, and he
keeps it to himself. I know, and it being from, you know, having my cousin played basketball, and my uncle, they have those conversations. You have those conversations off court. Like, what did you see? What did you see I did wrong? What did you see? They having those conversations. That's something Trey talks about with his dad behind scenes. When Trey dad tweets, it's always something like, man, I wish this had happened, or man, I can see this. It's never like, I need Trey to take the ball. It's never that. It's always a fan thing. I appreciate him for that.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to talk about Bruno Slaughter. John, 22 and 13, I'm a bit disappointed. I don't think you should be a bit disappointed. This was a game that you kind of didn't really need him to show out. We just needed him to get some kind of buckets. It was better than his previous game, so that's always good. Mm-hmm. When you add more talented players to help your team have a chance to make the playoffs and you're still losing, it takes time to make some changes with letting the head coach go. You right about that. Oh, here he is, Sports Live in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
What a change since Nate took over. Yes, man. Hat or Hawk shirt. 10 straight wins, man. We got 5 more to go. I would be happy to get it to you, brother.
What is it? Did he ever? I gotta ask him a question. Did you ever get to the NBC? I mean, was he gonna be on NBC? He was gonna be on one of the shows.
Yeah.
Did you do it? Because I don't remember.
Yeah, let us go. I don't want any coach that hasn't had any NBA coaching experience. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I agree. It really doesn't matter who the head coach is if you don't have the talent players to make the head coach system work, because players make coaches. I'm gonna let you live on that one tonight, Wallace. It's getting kind of late, so I'm gonna let you live. But
Wallace, come in next post game. We'll talk about that. That's a question. We're
gonna talk about that on Tuesday. I like that, Wallace, because that's a real good one. Sports Live disappointed on a 5-game skid. Come on now. Yeah, let's go. So thank everybody. 92.3 FM. Yes, videos on his channel. So make sure you go watch Sports Live ATL on his channel. He has a video up there where he was on 92.3 FM. So shout out to him. Does John get traded by the deadline? No. Answer that. Wallace will be back. I'm in talks about my own radio show. We'll see if it happens. Shout out to you, man.
Shout out to him, man. He coming here faithful. I will say that he's a faithful guy to this show. He will come in here faithfully.
Yeah, and I will support you. But any plugs before we get out of here, T?
I just want everybody to go on ESPN real quick. Go on Sports Center and just watch what Jackson Hayes did to Reggie Jackson. That just didn't even he just killed Reggie Jackson on the court. It just not really any plugs. Follow, subscribe, do what you gotta do. Hey, support us. We support us, follow us on Twitter. Just let everybody see. Just let everybody know. Let everybody that you know talk about the show. Like just spread it. Let it spread out, man. We talking about Hawks every game. After every game.
Yeah, we're gonna be here. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and make sure they go tell a friend to come kick it with your brothers at here on Forever I Love Atlanta Sports Podcast, where we talk Hawks. This is what we do. We talk Hawks, and we give it to you real, and we give it to you straight. I want to, for my plugs, Forever I Love Atlanta Sports Podcast. Thank you to them. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go like and subscribe on Sports Live and ATL. Make sure you go like and subscribe on his channel. He's always a supporter. So shout out to everybody in the comment section that made this show go. Shout out to y'all. Y'all are just important to the show as me and T.
Yeah, hey, shout out Dave. What was his name? Dave or David? Shout you out, man. One more person, one more point we gotta shout him out. Our boy from New York. You gotta shout out Larry. You gotta follow. It's at Wheaties Eat is a podcast. Yeah. He talks sports. He talk ball with us sometimes. You will see him on here. Yeah. That man, and he writes too. So go on his page. Is Larry H718. Follow him. Give him a follow. I'll probably repost his page if you follow me. Follow him, man. Eat Your Wheaties podcast. You gotta watch. You gotta listen to it, man.
Oh yeah, we forgot this. Shout out to Drew Brees. He gone.
Oh yes, Drew Brees is gone. Drew Brees is gone.
Drew Brees is out of here. We don't like the Saints. They don't like us. And on that note,
no rebuild. Hey, no more rebuilds. No more rebuilds in Atlanta. No more rebuilds. We gotta win this. We gotta win the South next year. This year, next year.
Yeah. And on that note, we should give a shout out to Drew Brees. Thank you for leaving. Thank you for not ever being able to touch the football again. Enjoy your road to Canton because you do deserve it. I will give you that much respect.
Yeah.
But on that note, peace.